It didn't work at all.
Sorry?
You're streaming, it didn't work.
I don't get you.
Oh, it is streaming, but we're just looking at the logo.
Yeah, because I'm still setting up at the moment, you see. So it's no point me putting all personal details up there, so the logo screen's there, and I'm just setting up all the cores and whatnot so it doesn't crash or whatever, you know what I mean? Take about 5 minutes. I'm about 10 minutes behind.
Myson said, I think he means don't sweat it, but who was going to be at the meeting in game with you? That's his reply to what you were asking.
Yeah,
You don't understand what he.
yeah, well, the way I'm doing it, right, is not, I don't want all the guys just to be sat down there waiting when they are, 'cause it's going to be a few hours streaming, when they've got time, you know what I mean, and they finish what they're doing, they can just join in and take part, you know what I mean, and we can discuss things. If they can't get into the game, they can talk in the background, you know what I mean, as if they're actually on the
Yeah,
ship, and then when they finish work, then they can carry on and take part and do the role play, you know what I mean. But my problem at the moment is working on the bed logging in and logging out because the new patch is not quite working right. So what I'm thinking of doing, if we can't log in through the medical bay, which I've read in the background, if we use the AORUS, the guys can come in on the AORUS and log in through there and fly in and they leave the ships unlocked. I think this players now are experienced to fly them small ships. Just let me carry on with this 1 minute. The hardest part for me is logging into little Mrs. PC and setting hers up because mine's taking nearly 20 minutes. I don't even know her settings, you see. Another thing is I won't be able to do picture in picture with hers until next week when she's back. Right, I'm all set up now. CPU's down to 13%, GPU's down to 21%. I'm not using SLI today. So just got little misses to sort out now. Well, I'm just loading in. That took about 15 minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do little misses because they can only get in through me. They can only get into me through little miss. I just hope her PC's half set up. I don't even know what cores to use on her PC. Well, that shouldn't be hard because I don't need to use Discord or any programs. Just log her in and turn 2 cores off and put it there. Right, anyway, I'm starting in about 10 seconds. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm just doing a little bit of a role play, nothing special. Most of the colleagues will be joining in on the 890 jump, just discussing things about the game aspects, role play and whatnot. We're going to try and stream as much as possible. I did try to get them for about 12 noon UK time. The rest of the guys will be joining in when they can, when they finish work and whatnot. You'll be hearing other guys in the background, you know what I mean, until they can finish and what's, etc. I lost over 1.2 million yesterday. No, actually it was a keyboard bug, not with the game crashing. I had about just over 4 million. It's a roleplay that I was working on. Right, okay, so I can't wear the jacket because I need a top. I got a lot of clothes to buy. Right, So first thing I'm going to do is get the 890 jump ready. Did the stream come up, Yoza?
Yeah, I'm going to post a link for you, okay?
Yeah, thanks. At the moment I'm at Hurst and I'll be loading up there, but I'm a little bit behind today.
We even offer a credit advance for new qualified employees. See your local recruiter for details.
It's a long way to walk to the train station or coach station or tube station, and then it's to the ship.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Welcome to Metro.
Don't push. Just going through customs.
Be considerate of your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors. Now arriving from Tisa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding. Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
So, I'm going off. I'll be back later after the meeting.
Yeah, okay, Yoza. See you in a bit.
Next stop, Tisa Spaceport. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on trains is a serious and dangerous offense.
Congratulations! I think you're going to be really happy with it.
I'll get that shit when I need it. Right, the rest of the guys have got Auroras, so that's not a problem. The reason why I want to use Auroras because at the moment bed logging in and out on the 890 jump is not working properly, but on the Auroras they are. So I'm thinking if the guys come into the ships with the Auroras, they can log off in those ships. There will be actually a server wipe today, which is well needed. That means we're going to lose all our credit and all our work we've done in the last few days, but it is needed, so it's acceptable. Basically what's happened, right, as you know, 3.7 came out. It was okay, but it was a bit glitchy. But what they've done, they put 3.71 on top of that, and it didn't quite do things properly. What it actually did, because, how can I explain this? It's difficult actually, but this is my theory anyway. When the ships came back in, it actually, basically if I had put new weapons on my ships, when I came back, those weapons was disappeared, and they put new weapons. And the other people, they took these weapons off. They came back with no weapons, but because they haven't got any credits to buy these weapons, those ships became unusable. That's my fear. I'm not explaining it properly, but I think you can see where I'm coming from. But all these things, they need to sort out to make the game more playable. My other problem is, I know some of our guys are waiting to get onto the server, but I'm just going to explain a few more things here. As you know, they want to try and get as many.
Welcome to New Deal Shipyard.
Oh, that gave me a
the
fright.
finest purveyor of pre-owned vessels in all of Lord. We have a whole bunch of new inventory you're going to want to check out.
Right. As you know, when new ships come in, okay, like big ships, it takes about an hour, half an hour, because the shipyards are kind of full. So it takes a couple of hours or half an hour, whatnot, which is you must have experienced with the 890 jump when it first came out and the 600i, because the landing decks are few and between. I'm just trying to sit down there 1 second. Now, what I'm trying to explain is, when they try to cram up everybody onto one server, at the moment there's so many different servers, okay, so it's not noticeable. But they want to try and get everybody onto one server. There's a problem there, and what I'm trying to explain is there's not got enough moons or enough planets. So so we're going to use Port Olister as an example. Okay, everybody's going to be trying to land, spawn in at Port Olister, but because the landing bays are limited, you'll be waiting ages to take off or to land. The only way you can land is to EVA. Now that's going to be time consuming. So if we can get the bed spawning to work, the players that are already in game and they've logged off in the game, they can log on back into the ships. Now because the landing bays are overpopulated, you can use the truck stops, okay, to get your ships in and out. And the reason being, because remember, they haven't got all the moons in and they haven't got all the planets in, and we're all trying to fight to get in, and obviously that's going to upset a lot of people and lose a lot of players coming in until the problem's sorted out. And it's going to take time to get these planets in, because if they bring the planets in too quick, okay, it's going to create bugs, and that's going to cause stress, and before you know it, the players in the game will be falling out with each other, thinking it's our problem, but it's not, it's CIG. But they've only got a handful of people creating the game, and they don't know these things until they come across this. They are trying to think ahead, but obviously the right hand doesn't tell the left hand. But anyway, I've got the Mrs. PC to sort out now, because I can't let most of my members come in through my PC on the party because it doesn't work. Basically, if they come into the party, okay, and they crash me. But if they're going through little Mrs. Launch, okay, and they crash, they don't crash me, and they can get back in through her. And if she crashes, she comes in through me. But this is trial and error. We used to do this in the past. People say it doesn't work, but I'm not here to say what does work. I'm just saying what works for me. Our members are upset because they think I don't want to play with them or take part. I've been trying to tell them for about nearly a year now that the party system don't work. It's now coming to light in different aspects, like jump drives, all these kind of things. It's server traffic coming in. But another thing that's also brought in is the VoIP. It's all server traffic, and everything goes through the one server through CIG. So what we do goes through CIG server, what you do goes through CIG server, and they've got the website. Everything goes through one server, and I don't really agree with that. It should be separated. I'll give you an example. As you know, when it came out with 3.1, everybody was geared up and excited to start. But because of the overload, it burnt out the internet. If you know what I mean, burnt out the internet. They say it's not, but that's me. That's what I say. You know what I mean? But with that, it's turned off everything. The website, the game, the whole lot. Where it should have been separated. So it can't work because it's overloaded. This takes time as technology gets better. Yes, the technology is out there, but it's not tested and proved, because we've got it in the UK, which I've heard from reliable sources. You've heard about 3G, 4G, 5G. Well, also they've got this new cable or optical thing coming out. I don't know the right word that can deal with all these things. But in the UK, internet is expensive. We've got good download speeds, but the upload is limited, and that's another reason why you can't do 4K. You might be experiencing routers overheating and all that. That's all traffic related. But I'm going to set up the Mrs. PC right now. If you want to join us and take part in our streaming, click on the link below and you can come and take part. I should be about 5 minutes here. Our general role play is mainly about discussions about Star Citizens and how they want to make it better and what we can do and cannot do in the game as it stands now. But these are just my opinions at the end of the day. Oh, that's good. I can't log in through little Mrs. PC. I don't have her login details. Okay. Right. So the only way this is possible is through Myson. And he won't be home until 10 tonight. Okay. That's buggered it. You see what the problem is, as you know, we can crash in the server, and when we crash we lose everything, ships, a whole lot, but we can't do party because it is actually unreliable, okay? Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit unreliable, but if one person crashes, the other person should still be on the same server, so if they can't get through the relogging, they can just log in back through their friends list and get back onto the same servers and find some ways of getting back to the ship. But that's going to be difficult today, so I'm going to have to play it by ear. And I could get details, but I don't want to do it on stream or on Discord or anything like that. Security. I am a Ibakati member, been playing since 2.6, but I've been playing for quite a few years. And I am, what's the word? I am pretty cool at the game. I'm mostly into logistics and science. Dr. Myson's actually a school teacher, and he's simply at work. I'm just trying to think of other turns to get these guys in, you see. So there's actually 2 people on my server list at the moment, and that's Little Miss because she's actually using the same network as me, so I don't have that problem. And you've also got Myson. He uses a different type of connection, which is more reliable, you see, and he's actually on the other side of the world, so the connection is not too bad, you see. Basically, it doesn't crash me. But since 3.7, I haven't really had any server crashes or anything, no 30,000s or nothing like that. Not really. I've had about a couple because my settings have been really turned down. To give you an idea how low my settings are, I will show you. That's pretty low actually. You know what I mean? You can see 35% on the graphics. I can actually turn that down to 15, but I'd have to go SLI. And as you can see, the cores are really turned down. This will even go lower when I come out of Hurston. But these are my personal settings, and how I've done that, I have put Star Citizens on its own cores, and everything else runs on different cores. And how I've done that, you go into details, and I'll just do Star Citizens, it's easier to explain. You'll see that Star Citizens operate 18 cores on its own, what they call it. It can run on 8 or 6 or 4, but I've got it on 18. So what I've done, I have turned off 2. All the highest cores, that was the highest, say 80%, I turned all those off. So on Star Citizens, 2, 4, 6, 7, 16 and 17 I turned off. And all the other cores Star Citizens use. Now things like Discord, all them other things that run in the background, Discord, voice attack, even OBS, they're on its own cores. They're all being switched onto these cores. You can see it's all reversed. If you can see, it's now using 2, 4, 6, 8. So they use everything that I'm running in the background uses those cores. So I'll show you again. As you can see, all the other cores are turned off and all these cores are turned on. So things like Discord, all them other programs that can interfere with Star Citizens, it will not interfere. Show you again. As you can see, go back to Star Citizens. And as you can see, it's the opposite, they're turned off. Now, if I want to give it priority, which I've not done in this one, I don't think, just give Star Citizens priority. I'll go up there and I would turn this up either there or there. I'm not going to go high because I've got a very powerful PC. And what cores are being used by Star Citizens is 0, 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. You can see the pattern, can't you? Okay, and everything else like Discord uses these cores: 2, 6, 7, 11. No, 11's not used. 17, 6. Every other program uses that, so there's no conflict at the end of the day, slowing the program down. And also what that does, if I didn't do that, some of these cores would reach about 80-90%. And that sometimes can cause too much. You might get lag, etc. And the more cores you got, the better. But you can do the same thing with a PC that's got 8 cores. If you've got 8 cores, you run 6 cores on Star Citizens and 2 cores to run everything else. And yes, this is proven because look, this is a slow PC, and okay, and because of that, I can only turn off 2 cores and leave 6 cores. Also, if you can see, if your PC got the base speed of say 3 point, what they call it, 3 point blah blah gigahertz, as you can see, although my PC can go to 4.6 gigahertz, etc., it's below the base speed. If you can keep it below the base speed, you should not run into any problems. But if it's going to go over it, you could get overheating, you can get lagging, all these kind of things. This works for me, okay? I prefer to use 2 cards in SLI, but at the moment, because it's running okay and I'm still doing testing, I'm actually using one card. I can change that, but it's going to take about 10 minutes. I've got to log into the screen, come out of the game, turn everything off and put everything on. It's about a 5-minute process, but today I'm just going to run it as normal. So as you can see, that's how I do this. It's not technical, it's easy. Just turn one core at a time, and as the cores go up, you turn that core off. But if you've got 4 cores or 8 cores, when I say cores, this is what I mean. You got your PC might be 4 cores, and you get 8 logic cores. So you just turn off the 2 highest cores, and the 2 highest cores you would run for everything else, like Teams. I keep saying TeamSpeak, sorry. Like OBS if you're streaming, etc. This here is the internet bandwidth. As you can see, I've got a lot there and I'm not using much bandwidth. I've got good internet, but I'm not using it. It's all to do with latency and all them kind of things at the end of the day. Most of the technical minded people know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you've got problems, just refer back to this and give it a try. There's no point you overclocking your PC. It doesn't help. It's best to turn things down because Star Citizens is very resource intensive. Well, since most of my colleagues, members won't be able to get into me for a few hours yet until someone comes on, I'll just keep rabbiting in the background. It's just about general chit chats about the game. What comes to mind is what I'll be talking about. Nothing planned, you know what I mean? I've forgotten what deck I'm supposed to be using. I think it's number 1, isn't it? At the moment, the strongest ship in the game is the 890 jump, and that's the reason why I'm using it. It's not very good for combat until certain ships come into the game, so you can load certain things, and then the battle bridge can be used as a for combat things and stuff like that. But it is a civilian ship, don't get me wrong, but the question is, at the end of the day, it's got a battle bridge. So that means at any time it can be transformed into a battleship, but obviously you'll need other characteristics. Another good point about this ship, which is not being discussed, this is noisy, just give me a few minutes. still a little bit noisy. You guys might think the lift going out of the ship doesn't work, but it does work because it's there. Just go back onto it. As you can see, there's nothing there. But if you click on your interaction point where it's supposed to be, to the right, everything comes back to normal. So you can still use the lift to get into the ship and out. But there is one other problem. The lift is not magnetic. Basically, if you're in space and you use this lift, you'll float off. But there is another way onto the ship where you don't have that problem. You can't really use the cargo bay, because the cargo bay is still in development. The cargo bay works in the same way as the Andromeda. You float around. But there are two other ways onto the ship, so you don't have that inconvenience. You've got the docking collars at the back of the ship where you can float in, and you've also got the hangar deck at the front, because those are magnetic, so you won't be breaking any limbs. You can do it here because there's gravity involved, you see, as you can see. That's beautiful. I like how they've done this. I really like how they've done this. You can actually see through the panels. Oh, by the way, CIG, talking about panels, you see these things here, the control panels, I don't think you should have them there. It's taking up space for when you want to load up vehicles. I think you should have these at the side like you've got on the 890 jump. You know what I mean? These panels should be at the sides, or where these panels here go down. I think you should have them there so you can have vehicles where there's no obstructions, because when you've got heavy machinery, these get in the way and they get broken. I would call it health and safety. Now I've actually been talking a bit too long here. I should have actually made myself straight to the bridge, you see, and take off. I'll be doing a retake of this tomorrow, reluctantly, because actually I've been spending quite a few hours on this and it's kind of tiring me out a tiny bit, but most of my members want to do it on the weekend, and I said there's nothing stopping them. I can give them the ship, they can do it, you know what I mean, because the last few days I've been on here about nearly 15 hours. Got to be careful, that's a glitch actually. You hit the sides on this, you get trapped. We all know how long it takes for the reclaimer to get out of the atmosphere. This ship is the same size, but if you turn the ship into a rocket, it's not going to take you 40 minutes to get out. About 5 to 10 minutes if that. But the deceleration is very slow, so you've got to do that in increments. So if you want to get your stopwatches out, I'll let you know when I'm ready. Activate systems.
Origin ship works. Clear service. Core system operational.
I'm going to turn my power up to full. That's better.
Please visit us again. Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Hurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Now, as you know, Hurston has got one of the longest takeoffs for atmosphere takeoff, but treat the ship as a rocket. And point it up in the sky. The ship has got its own gravity generator on there, so the passengers should not be disoriented. You know what the word is. Okay, as you can see, I'm all set. Now check this out. Start getting your stopwatches out and watch how quick this comes out. You've got your altitude meter. That has to be 1,000 meters before you can clear atmosphere. But if you go too far out, which is not a problem, you can reduce the speed. But I'm going to be reducing speed, taking a little bit longer, because obviously I just want to prove a point how quick you can. It depends. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Right, here we go. Remember, the clearance is 4,000. Look how quick it reaches 4,000. Not even 5 seconds. I'm not using boosters or retros or anything just yet. Now you see, as you can see, I'm out of the atmosphere. That is bloody quick. That is quick. Okay. Now if I want to reach maximum speed, okay, I don't keep my hands on the booster. I just do it in increments. Watch. Little short burst, so it doesn't reduce. As you can see, look at the altitude meter as it climbs. Remember, it's 1,000 kilometers, and I'm doing short bursts. I can do longer because this can go a lot more, but I don't want it to overheat, and it goes back in reverse. $25,000, almost quarter of the way down. I don't think I've been doing it 2 minutes yet. 30,000 altitude and climbing.
Alert.
See?
Engines overheating.
Push it too hard. So now I'm going to have to wait. But luckily it's not going in reverse at the moment. And you can see how high I am. Now you know how long the reclaimer would take. And I was actually surprised because the 600 is pretty quick. And this is a big ship. And this is not what I expected. And as you can see, I've practically almost reached full speed. I'm at 50,000 now, okay. I could carry on at this speed, but I'm going to start reducing at 70,000 feet, okay, because I want to be at zero when I reach normal, what do you call it? Now I'm going to reduce speed by 2/3 impulse, or 1/4, or 3/4, whichever. As you can see, it does take slow to slow. I can use brakes, but that's not the object. But if you also look, I'm not even using no hydrogen because it was that quick. Brakes to slow it down quickly. As you can see, anyway, I started slowing down as much as I can. I don't want to go into hyperdrive. Now that is quick, it's like a rocket. So if you guys want to do cargo runs in the 890 jump, when they fix the cargo bay, you're not spending 45 minutes. That will increase productivity and whatnot on your ship. And secondly, when they fix the cargo bay, as you know, it stands roughly about 500. With the hangar deck, you can actually increase that to 700 because the ships that you put in there, like the Freelancer, no, we'll use 4 Auroras. Yes, you can put 4 Auroras on here at the moment. That's what's in game at the moment inside the ship, and each one of them is between 6 and 8. So if it's what 4 6s, that's 24. Add that 24 onto 500, or as it stands now, is 32 plus 46 is X amount of quality. I'm not going to do mental arithmetics, okay? And the biggest ship you can fit on this deck, but that's not on the top there because it sticks. If it fits, it sticks, okay? That's another 120. So you add all those together, and then your cargo bay of the ship increases. Now some people are saying, oh, that's not going to be, that's not how it's supposed to be. But excuse me, this is based on the Kraken when it comes out. So I'm basing all my theory crafting for the Kraken. Ships like this helps me to work out what the Kraken can and cannot do before it comes out. People are saying you can only fit 2 medium ships on there. If your legs can fit on the ship, not the wingspan, you can get a heck of a lot more. Now I can't do no theory crafting on the cargo bay of this ship, and reason being because there's not really any cargo ships you can put in there really. Yeah, I mean you can put the Rovers can't carry cargo, so you can't really use that. The only ships that can carry cargo at the moment is the Cyclones. It's only 1 SCU, but you can put quite a few in there, so that'd be about 30. But sooner or later, you're going to have different ships in there that can do that. You can put an Aurora in there, just about, but it's a lot of fiddling. Yeah, I mean, you don't want all that. Oh, by the way, CIG, one more thing I've been mentioning. You need a few land vehicles, right, with beds in there, because now you've got planets, okay, like you can breathe on the land and stuff like that. And these land vehicles can take hours to drive, and sometimes they need to log out. And if you're too far from your ship, because you're doing long distance survey, or your ship's out in space, you need somewhere to log out so you can log back in. The Rover, I can't do the Rover. The Rover, you can alter the Rover in a quick fix, but I know you're going to be coming out with some ships that can do them things, and you need, well, anyway, I think you know where I'm coming from at the end of the day, yeah? Right. Okay, the next thing is now, because the ship's things are not working, right? I think when CIG was doing these bed tests, they was doing them on the small ships. This 890 jump's got 18 beds. And I've got about 40 ships. And I'm starting from the top of the ships and working backwards, not from the small ships and working up. And every ship I've tested up to now, the bed spawning doesn't work. Okay, yes, the bed spawning works, but it glitches you out the ship. And that's why I'm asking our members to use Auroras and ships like that, and they can log in on their own ships and hoping it stays persistent because they're actually on my ship. Or if I've got a ship, it works in the same way. It's a bit difficult to explain, you know what I mean? But what I'm going to be doing at this moment, I'm going to get a few cyclones and rovers, and I'm going to put them on this ship. You might also notice now I'm not in spacesuits, okay? I'm actually in heavy armor. I'm still not wearing weapons at the moment, but the heavy armor is because I'm on ships sometimes, and you've got problems. On the 890 jump, you can lock the ship so people outside cannot get in, and the people on the inside still have access to doors and things like that, but not outside interior. So one thing you need to know, always check and make sure the bridge is always locked when you're getting in and out, and because of this, even the crew members cannot open doors and leave doors open. This is what I mean. The bridge door is open, I left it open on purpose. Oh, I locked it. Nobody can get into the bridge, so you can't be shot unexpectedly, which is all being tested by me and Commander Seeker. If it's left like that and someone still, intruder gets on the ship through because you've left the doors open, they will get in through here. But from when this door is closed, they cannot get in. Ah yes, the multi-tool. When the multi-tool is in play, they'll be using something like that to get in here. But at least you've got warning, because you'll be hearing sounds, etc. And grenades. I don't think grenades can get through these doors, but the multi-tool can burn through anything. Yeah, but you'll have an idea because there'll be breaches, all sorts on the ship. Because as you know, they've got new panels coming in the next patch. Oh, is it 3.8? Well, I don't know, it's one of them patches anyway. So always keep your ship locked, so only authorized personnel can get through this. When I say organized personnel, what I mean is, if the person's on your party list, he's got access to open things. But at the moment, there is a party bug, as far as I am concerned, because I am the one that's affected by it, okay? Other people's not. And what I mean by affected, I'm mostly into logistics at the moment, okay? And I travel a lot of cargo. So obviously I can't afford to die. But if I was doing combat and stuff like that, it's only short 5-minute missions, it's not a problem. But when you've got 1.2 million travelling on your ship, and it's going to take you 2 days, if you lose it, it takes you 2 days to make that 1.7 million back, okay? At 170 cargo units profit, AUC credits, sorry, 1.7 million credits you will lose if you lose your cargo. But to make that back, you can only make 370 cargo units an hour. Well, it's usually on average about 2 hours, but I'm looking for shorter ways of doing it. But I'm using Waller at the moment, which I'm also going to use to load my land vehicles, which I'm going to be doing. There are other ways around it, but at the moment I'm also doing logistics, because some of the guys at the moment are slowly becoming into logistics. Activate star map. I'm sorry about the rest of the members, they really wanted to come in today, but I can't get into the commission's computer. And she's usually on about 2-3 hours, but she's not come on today, so we're going to do a retake tomorrow. So I'm just going to talk about the progress of Star Citizens and how I find it. I'm going to be going to Walla. If I can find it. And I'm going to be using RCorp. Now the reason why I'm using RCorp 045, it's got the fastest regeneration rate, okay, for Laramite. It's not the fastest, but one of the fastest, and also you're not going to get shot in the back, so you can do other experiments there at the same time. I usually do all my experiments at Lesky, but I'm planning to move now to Lawville because the server's more stable. Point of interest. Point of interest.
Activating.
At the moment, my roleplay is logistics, but I'm actually science exploration. The only thing that can kill this ship at the moment is ballistics. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive activated.
I am working on distortion cannons, okay, because I think that's the only way through these shields, and that's through the power plant. If you can kill the power plant, you kill the ship. If you wanted to apprehend this ship, you'll need the mantis to stop it from warping out. I shouldn't say that because I don't want nobody interdicting me, you know what I mean? And then other people that's got ballistic weapons to get through to the hull. Yes, I am into strategy and defense, okay, and these little scenarios will work out number crunches and things like that. At the moment, all the weapons and components on the 890 jump are locked, but when it's open, you'll have more versatility. And the first component I'll be putting on this ship is the reclaimer power plant. I think it is. Point of interest.
Activating.
If you want to join our organization, click on the link below, that is Discord. If you like and you find our information informative, just click the subscribe button so you can always find us. We'll always use the same codes and the same login details. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
All the stuff we do at the moment is live and uncut, with no editing. We're just there to do it personal information and whatnot, you see, to give you guys an idea what you can do in the game. Most other orgs are doing roleplay where it's just all combat and whatnot, you know what I mean? But if you don't know what you're doing, how can you do it? The jump drive for this ship is actually slower than the size for a jump drive is actually slower than the size 3 jump drives. I don't know why they've done that, but then again, let's just say because we're going to have more jump modules with more versatilities, okay, later on. But we don't know when they're going to be putting more. Well, yes, we do. Next year, you might have a couple more capital ships out. Like, the AORUS is coming out next year because you've got Squadron 42, so that's going to have military. Then you might have the what's the other ship? The Kraken. That's also going to have another variable. So you're going to have 3 capital ships out next year that can do and you've also got the Javelin. So you've got 4 capital ships with about 4 different variations of components. So this ship should be able to take them on, but it's not going to be cheap. Components are usually about twice, 3 times as they got 3. So I was just reading what's just come up on what they call it there. But basically, I'm about components number crunching. But at the moment, as this ship stands, it's just a normal luxury ship. But it can be transported. It's modular because of the cargo bay, and now because of the hangar deck. It doesn't mean because CIG says, "Oh, I'm going to put a modular bay." It's modular. If you can alter it in any way, and you can take on or add to another role, that ship is modular. If you can put things on your persons, on chain strings, like guns, the things you are, it takes on that role. I've had so much discussions with people in the past. CIG says this and CIG. I'm not saying CIG is wrong. I'm not saying CIG is right. But at the end of the day, to the logic of life, of how things do in the real life, that is what it means. We're also programmers and backers in Star Citizens, and we also help to shape the way the game works. So if you've got any inputs or any ideas, and you're a streamer or a content creator, just put the stream. CIG will see it in some way, form or another, because you've got other streamers. They will latch onto your stream, they see it, and they can put it in better words that other people can understand. Or you can go into Spectrum and you can put things in there. Me, I just prefer to use Stream because I just like to sit here all day. I do bits on Spectrum. I'm also Ibakati too, so yeah, I mean. But Ibakati is a bit difficult because you're restricted, and But if they want ideas, they've got to open it at a time. Yes, I know they're open to criticism, and it's not nice sometimes. Because when I first went into the Spectrum, the critics I got in there was, I just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? We're just putting ideas to help develop the game, but because they think they're better, they know everything. They don't know nothing. They're just copying other people's ideas and what people say. And the first thing you hear, my mate's done this, my mate's done that, CIG's done this, and they haven't got their own input. And it's a bit unfair. It's discrimination at the end of the day. It makes the people don't want to play the game, and the CIG staff members get stressed out and don't want to carry on. But at the end of the day, you guys should stop it. You don't want to play the game or whatnot, don't spoil it for anybody else. Let them enjoy what they can. I spent my money on the game. They say you spend the money for the backers. To me, I don't believe that. I bought the ships so I can play the game. At the end of the day, I don't agree with their policy, but if I want to play the game now, I bought the ships. Now the ships are coming in game. I will not melt the ships that I've got. I will upgrade the ships to the ships that I can't use. So I'll always have that versatility in the game. CIG says, as it says, and repeat again, CIG's policy is you spend your money to back the game. I'm not into charity. I want to play the game. This is the only way I can play the game. So I spent my money in that way. If I'm not happy, I find other means of whatnot. But I like playing the game. And if I'm not happy with certain members or whatnot, I play by myself. There's no point in putting people off or whatnot. When I'm ready to play with people, I play with them. If I've got new contents, I've got new contents. So at the end of the day, it's how you want to do the game and stuff like that. You don't have to agree with what people tell you if you've got your own belief. As long as you don't turn around and tell people they have to do this and they have to do that. You don't have to play the game. You don't have to spend your money. It is your choice. You do it because you want to, because you are happy to. But you don't want people telling you what you must do with your own things. This kills the game. This kills there's a production and whatnot. I've been playing games for over 30 odd years, if not longer, even before Texas Instruments. Yes, I know a veteran. I play all these games and I know exactly where CIGs is going with this. But you got people say, well, no, CIG's not said this, it's not out yet, it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. Why? Because us, you as the individual, will be putting ideas and sooner or later they will put it in. But there is one problem at the moment. This game can be released, but CIG isn't releasing the game. They're putting more and more and more and more and more content, and they're not closing the loop, making it difficult. They should try and close the loop there now, get the game playable so we can play the game properly, and then put all the things they want to. They're saying no, they're not going to do that. I understand that, but it's now becoming down to a monopoly and not about the game. I'm 57 there now. When I came to game 2 years ago, I was under the belief the game was coming out in 2 years. Now I'm looking at this game. This game ain't coming out. It's not coming out. And I don't mean it's not coming out. Don't get me wrong. What I mean is, it's not going to be finished for at least between 5 and 10 years. I'm adding another 10 years onto that. I'm going to be too old to play the game. I've got 6-10 years of LTI or insurance in the game. It's not guaranteed for me, and I spent all this money. Why have I spent the money on the game? Because I want to play the game now, okay? Because I don't think at my age, okay, I will be able to sustain that, because obviously 20 years is a long bloody time. If you can see where I'm coming, if you want to be practical. I think they should close up some of the loops there, get the game out, and build up on top of there. They've got enough there now. They could get this game out within 2 years. Okay, and then polish up the rest from there, and have another server to fix things and bring it in slowly like other games. But this way, it's taking too long, and as far as I'm concerned, I've got my doubts. Yes, it sounds like I'm bad mouthing CIG, but I'm also a businessman at the end of the day, and at the day, sooner or later, it will kill it. You know what I mean? There are new ways coming up. Technology cannot catch up with this game just like that, but there are ways around it. So develop the game, get the game out as quickly, as sufficiently as you can, and we can all be happy. They are under a lot of strain. I repeat, they are under a lot of strain, and if they release the game as it is there now, it won't work. Yes, but don't put nothing more into the game. Fix what you've got now. Get the game out. It'll take 2 years with what you've got in there. Add more things in there. It's going to cause problems. Technology is not there. Point of interest.
Activating.
A lot of members are falling out now. Half our members now won't buy any new ships until this. 1 second. Half our members won't buy any new ships because they've got a lot of ships down there dormant. Yeah, I know CIG is working on it, but they need to sort something out, you know what I mean? I bought ships, I've not been able to play, I'm starting to upgrade, and it could lock them into the game. Activate jump drive. Remember, this is all freedom of speech. It's not to put people down, make them feel bad. It's my opinion and outside opinions of other people's stuff at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Develop the game. They've got the assets. They've got the stuff. The only thing that's holding them back is technology. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive.
Graphics, everything they're doing is brilliant. I can't complain. The strategy they use is brilliant. But I want to see the game finish. Okay, Squadron 42 is going to be playable. Me personally, I did not sign up into Star Citizens to play Squadron 42. I signed up to do multi-role play. Okay? but my money's been, parts of my money's been into Squadron 42. I can't grumble because I know I'm still spending my credits at the end of the day. But this is what I want to play. I want to interact. When I first started playing this game I based it on X3 the Threat and other things like that. These are the mechanics. The only difference is this is multiplayer, okay, which I like. Point of interest.
Activating.
I used to be programmers in many years back, but I worked with forums and stuff like that. Today they use modules and whatnot. I do believe in the background CIG's writing their own routine codes, or there will be in years to come. I think, what did they call it again? They call it tools. Activate jump drive. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive activated.
So if you would like to join our Discord and take part in our activities, just click on the link below. If you want to keep tuned to what we do, just subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I'm not really doing much on Twitch at the moment because I've got so much to do, and I'm not really in the game for finances. Basically, I do it because I like to do it, and it's not really about making money, because I buy my own stuff and put them in the game to share with other people that want to. Full speed.
Roger.
Lower landing gear.
Roger.
Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate autopilot.
Autopilot. Roger.
Landing gear deployed.
Full speed.
Roger.
Hi Dot, how you doing, mate? Full scan.
Scanning for all ships.
Speed 1/3.
Roger.
At the moment I'm using autopilot. Autopilot is decouple mode. It's also good for combat, and it's also good for taking off. There's a lot of things you can do with this decouple mode, but I don't like using saying decouple, so I just use the same word, just use the same key command but call it different meanings. I don't want to say the word because I'll just switch it up, you see, but the same word I just said just now. Speed 1/3.
Roger.
Altitude. Speed 5 clicks.
Roger.
Speed 3 clicks.
Roger.
There's no point me buying cargo because I'm actually limited to 32 at the moment. That's turbulence. Basically I'm creating my own turbulence to make it realistic. Looking for a suitable landing now. I'm in decouple mode, I call it autopilot. As you can see, it's going steady in the hover mode. I'm going in the direction and I'm facing somewhere else. Speed 2 clicks.
Roger.
I actually thought they could miss it. Well, it's not. The reason why I can't log the other guys in because her details are not in the login screen, so I can't. I haven't got her details to actually. You know what I mean, what's happened because of the new patch? When you get the new patch, it actually takes out the passwords and whatnot. You see, when she comes on, I'll be able to get them login details. She was usually on about 4 hours ago, but didn't tell me that she was going out today, basically. But to combat this, I'll have to get myself another spare account so this doesn't happen again, you see. Well, it looks flat enough. Engines off. Engines on. Deactivate autopilot.
Autopilot. Roger.
I gets it as low as possible. I know I should have used Hurston because I could have walked around in civilian clothing. Did I turn the engines off? I'm sure I did. No, I didn't. I should check it. Yeah, why not? Better to be safe than sorry. I'm going to be stuck here for a few hours. Yeah, engines. I nearly said the magic word. I should say Simon said. You see, about here, I usually do my cargo runs, you see, logistics. But I was hoping to have the guys on there today, but it can't be done, you see. Not today. Or later on. Oh. Well, that can cause a problem. Right. Oh, while I'm in here, this part here is where I'm going to be having our board meetings with the members. We'll be doing them live on stream because it's just general role play of what we want to do in the game and stuff like that, and general discussions. That's where we're going to have our board meetings. I'm a commander, so obviously I'm in the bedroom suite, blah blah blah. I've also got a ready room where I will be speaking to individuals that's in command. That's going to be... Oh, well, I can show you all that later. There's another problem. I just need... I'm finding where the ship, aren't I? I used that can trap you. I know that's still got that bug in there. You see, if I get trapped in the lift, it's game over for me. That's the hangar bay. Can't wait to put this back into 4K. But I'm going to wait and see what to do with the next ARM update. That's a big, massive bay. As you can see, they've got panels in the middle of the landing deck. It's waste of space. You know what I mean? You're limited. You know what I mean? You're actually limited. I think they should move them panels. Do what they did with the 600i. And if they did, believe it or not, you would get 2 ballistas in here. 2. Because the ballista is long, okay, but it's not that much wider. So you could get 2 ballistas in there. I know this ship isn't built for it, but at least you're giving the ship the versatility. It is a multi-role vessel. I know it's not for ballistas, but at the end of the day, it opens up more gameplay, more ideals for this particular ship. And if players can use the what's the word? Oh my word! Mentality to develop new skills. It gives them more interest, gives them more of a challenge. This is not my ideal ship. My ideal ship will not be in the game for at least many years. But at the moment, there is one ship that I would use, and that's the Kraken, because of its modularity. It's not the strongest ship out there, but that's the next best ship. And the next best ship out there isn't the AORUS, it's the Javelin, because of its strength. But I don't know the cargo bay on that ship. All I know it's supposed to be 4,000. So if it's 4,000, and this is only holding 500, that's a big hell of a ship. If it's clean like, no, this is luxury anyway. It depends actually. I have to see. No, I've got the hammerhead. It's a bit boxy. This is what I'm saying I liked about this ship. Watch when I put this down. Watch the top that comes on top of it. That's what the ship is doing now, decompressurizing. But still can't get on the ship. Yeah, you can walk on it. But it's just confusion how they're going to use it. Is the top going to be cargo? The bottom going to be cargo? They can do both. You know what I mean? Because you need access. When that's been decompressured, I would say no. Up here. No. I really don't know. It can do both. And it couldn't do both. Yes, it could do both. Because you can move the vehicles from the top. And you can still put cargo on the top. And have utilities at the bottom. Or you can't put utilities at the bottom because there's no space really to move around the utilities. So I would still use the ramp to put utility vehicles on. Okay. The cargoes can go up here. I'm explaining it all wrong actually. Basically, if you've got the versatility to move things around, because you've got the grad lifts coming in, it'd be great. You will be able to use both decks, as I believe, because if not, it's a waste. And it's a decompression thing, you know what I mean? And when I go down the next level, you'll see other characteristics. I was looking for the panels just now. I can see the reason why they put it here. Just give me a second, I'm just going all over the place. Because if they're here and it went down, you couldn't see who's in. I do understand that. But the practicality is not there. There should be something else. Or you had something coming from the ceiling, or voice recognition, or whatever. But I don't really believe they should have a panel there. Not in the middle. But the illusion's brilliant. When I first saw this, I actually thought it was a glitch. But I don't think so. I think it's actually intended. So this glass must be very high tensile. I mean, you know what I mean. Strong. So if vehicles went underneath and vehicles went on the top, it would double the capacity. If vehicles went on the bottom and the vehicles were on the side and the cargo was on the top, it would still work. If you had cargo at the bottom and the utilities at the top, the utility vehicles wouldn't be able to get out. But at the end of the day, it's not what CIG says, it's us to use our imagination. Everybody's an individual at the end of the day, and we're all creative in our own mind. All CIG is putting the ideas together, you see. Now, you think I'm going to step on here now and fall over? No, I'm not. I'm not going to break my damn neck. And this panel here, like I said, just like on the 890 jump, I think it'd be somewhere on these panels there, or it floats down. I'm sure they can work something out. I know there's a lot of waste space on the other side. I know they say they got things going on in the background in those, what they call it, but still, bad organisation, planning, you know what I mean, of space is not their strong points. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not here to discredit it. I'm just saying, planning on these things, it's not. Because they've made so many mistakes in the past, and basically what it is because somebody starts on something, they're not there, somebody takes over and don't quite understand what they're trying to do. And then you've got us at the end of the day. Well, you shouldn't have this in there, you shouldn't have that in there, that's stupid. So CIG is trying to accommodate so we're all happy, and before you know it, a whole lot's messed up. Yes, I did it. Now the cyclone, the grey cat can now get on there now. That was all the parking I was doing there before, by turning off the thrusters, the gas slip and all them kind of things, so I could get it as low as possible. It was a grey cat I was having problems with. Right. What I'm going to try and do... Oh, I can't because I've bought another Rover, haven't I? I'm running! What's happening? As I was saying CIG earlier, you need a vehicle that can spawn beds, because me personally, I want to be parking my ship a long way off, and I want to be using the vehicles, and sometimes you can't get back on the same day, or you've got to go away in emergency, and you know the problem there that's going to cause. You got camper vans and things like in real life, they got berths in there and whatnot, 1 or 2 beds and whatnot. The Rover can actually have a bed because you've got 4 seats in there. You can convert those seats into folding beds and still have the 4 seats in the first place to where you want in the first way. Hey, didn't I buy 2 Rovers? Yes, I did. You might be wondering, my ship's left open. They can't get in the ship because the ship is locked. It's got 2 lock mechanisms, just like this 600i. I'm not really supposed to have access to the access panel.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
But to tell you the truth, I've yet to test it actually. But I'm almost sure they haven't got access. Unless you're in their party. But everybody on your ship doesn't have to be in your party. You know what I mean? They can be on the ship. You know what I mean? Doing whatever they're supposed to be. They could be guests or whatever. I've just seen somebody flash. So there's another ship. They can't shoot me because I'm in a safe zone unless they are outside that zone. As I was talking about these here, as you can see, these four seats. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But I'm almost sure they could have another thing in between here, and then it can be turned into a bench, and it could fold up, and then that then automatically becomes a bed, just like on a camper van. You know, camper vans are multi-purpose, modular. You know what I mean? So we can go on our journeys and whatnot. Don't really have to have a bed sink and all that in there, you know what I mean? It's just for convenience and whatnot. They will be making those things in other ships later on. Power on.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries.
Power
Enjoy the
off.
ride. System check.
Activate systems.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Thank you. And please visit again.
I have been doing some tests where I've been trying to put more than one vehicle on there at the same time, but it's a little bit too buggy. It's not as smooth as it can be. Engines off. I need to redo these codes. I'm not remembering very well. Power off. See, the reason why it's a bit glitchy, when the ramp's going up, the vehicles tend to float around a bit. Now, if there's two vehicles on the ramp and they collide, then obviously it makes it a bit difficult. I'm not going to try it, because it's just going to make things longer. I want things just to work properly today. So I should have actually moved away. Oh, that's a first. Right. The problem is the vehicle's still there. I can't send the ramp down. Okay. So I'm going to have to go all the way around and recall it. I've not had that happen to the Rover before, actually. It usually dances. I think it's on this floor. Now, as you can see, sorry about that noise. It's not broken technically. It does work. Just go to the endpoint on it, and you can go down. Everything's back to normal. Just a little glitch. As long as you know it's there, you can work until they fix it. But the cargo at the moment, I think they should do something with that as quick as possible. But the reason why I believe it's not working is because they move things at the last moment and didn't plan it out properly, i.e. because of this, i.e. because of that, you know what I mean? Size restrictions, when they change the cargo space and stuff like that, they realise things didn't work, so they had to move things around. Activate systems. Try again, shall we? I wouldn't say this in the middle. But it is, it is. I actually want ballistas on on my fleet. Well, no, I've got colleagues that got ballistas. But what I mean is, if I was to buy ballistas now, I couldn't buy one. I'd need a fleet of them, if you know what I mean. Because the roleplay I've got intended for those ballistas is what's his name, but it's not something I'd be using every day. Reason being, I'm not really into combat. You know what I mean? And spending £150 on ballistas at the end of the day, I just don't think it will be feasible. So that's something I actually plan to buy in game. No. Right. This is not normal. I've never had a problem with the robots loading in here before. Alright, let's turn off this other internet, see if it starts. You see, I always like to blame my own tools before I blame anybody else. I know it's CIG the way they programmed it, yeah, we know that, but you have to give people the benefit of the doubt, okay? See, basically I've got the Mrs. computer running in the background, but I know it's not causing a problem. But you still can get the rover in there, but you'd have to have somebody else in the vehicle to have it stabled. But this time what I'm going to do this time is turn everything off. Wrong way. I'm not flying the ship out. I want to sort that rover out. It's not, yeah, it's a bug, but no, it's a glitch. No, it's a bug. Well, what's the difference? It works for the time being. What's all that jumping? I don't think it's going to work today, so I'm not going to hack on myself. It would have been nice if I could have got it in though. Ah, there is another way. I left it on. The engine was still on. Okay, let's see if that caused a problem. And actually, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't use these vehicles in this patch because it's unreliable. You don't want to be going to do a mission and you find out you can't complete it because your tools don't work. Yes, we know in testing, but we still want to do roleplay. At the moment, the only people that can have a bit of success in roleplay, well, no, you can do combat now with success. Oh, what's happened here? But they went to a lot of work to get the cargoes to work, which is a godsend because I was actually getting bored doing combat. I don't really like combat, you see, you know what I mean? I just pretend I can't do it. I just don't like combat. I don't like violence. Well, who does really? Unless it's to their pleasure to upset other people, causing other people grief. Engines off. Power off.
Shields are off.
Now let's see if that works. Well, as you can see, that's not going to work for today, so I'm just going to drive around in the vehicle for a bit. Nothing's gone right today. You know what I think they should do? For temporarily measures, you know, the elevators, they're going up too quick. They should slow it down a bit by at least 30 to 50%. Because tell you the truth, if I was going up, I think I'd be a bit scared because it is too fast. Look, that's too fast. That's too quick. For whatever reason. Ooh, you just shut up in the air like that, you know what I mean? And that's what I do on a bend. Slow it down by about 50%. You get there in the end, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it will work. But they don't need things opening and closing that quick. Look. You can trap your bloody fingers in these doors. Look. Not real. Because it's made of metal, you know what I mean? I know some people say things open and close take too long, like the hangar bay does, but if it's causing these sort of problems, you've got to work with what you've got. Slow it down a tiny bit. Activate systems. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Why is that triangle there? Doesn't make sense. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to drive slightly out the sector to see if the ship despawns. It's the first time I've done this, you see. Alpama. That's why I wanted to go to Hurston, you see, because I can, there's more of a, you know what I mean? As you know, when you're in the game, you don't know you've got to go away in an emergency. I'm only level 2 in vehicles, not nothing higher than that. So I don't think this is the best you can get. There's actually a lot more. I'm level 3 logistics in the game, but level 2 vehicle operator, because there's a lot more to it than there's a lot more vehicles coming in with a lot more S necessities. And I don't have all the tools that I need to drive this vehicle properly. Okay, I got foot pedals, okay, but to drive the vehicle I'm using joysticks, but I should be using steering wheel. I've got steering wheel, you know what I mean, but too much peripherals connected today just caused a little bit of an inconvenience. I like to play the game with the comfort of my own home, you see, as if I'm sat down watching TV. I'm trying to get certain members to drive in this tolerance, to think, well, just drive and whatnot, and bits are falling off. If you've got a crew on board, you want to get them there and get them back safely. And try not to hit any obstacles. You see, at the moment, I'm supposed to be reliant on my oxygen. Okay. Okay, what's this? What's this? I can drive through it. This vehicle is very robust. I'm driving on a different level today, you see. Reason being, because I just want our members to drive the vehicles properly, not as if it was a bumper car and demolition derby. Because obviously when it comes to search and rescue, they don't want to be causing any inconvenience that can help it. If I was playing this in 4K, the details would be a lot better. I'm doing things in 1080 today. I'm just wondering, no, I don't think I'd be that lucky. I'm going to go to Hurston. I'm just going to see if I lost my ship yet. No, I haven't. It's getting dark now, you can't drive as fast. I can do all this business, but I'm going forward, so I don't see why I should be looking that way. At the moment, I need to go out, so I can't just... No, I can't just leave just like that because there's no bed facilities. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get back. Now, because you know, we've got our personal lives. When we've got to go and do something, we've got to go. You know what I mean? I don't know what CIG's planning here, but at the moment, have to work something out now. $3,000 kilometers all I travelled. Shouldn't take me long to get back. Hey, I'm really flooring it. No, I'm not really, but it looks like I am. Yeah, I'm rushing a bit because I've got to. Oh, okay. Now I'm driving like the Flyboys now. And I've got an injured passenger in the back. It wasn't this rocky when I left. Okay. Oh, shucks. I should be driving round, but I'm not. Now I'll need a navigator now. It's not as bad as Lesky. If you've driven Lesky, you know your limitations, and I lived there for about a year. I ain't gonna fit through this. That was only just, I know the width of this, you see. I want to explore these crystals when I get back. I think they're just there for show, personally. Can floor it for a bit now. Too fast. Slow down, you road hog! Woof. It's because I'm actually rushing, I'm just trying to get back quickly, you see. Where did all these rocks come from? There wasn't here before. Right. Well, I know the bedding doesn't work. And I have to go through 20 beds just to find out one that will work consistently. So the easiest and the quickest way around this is to take the ship into space. Oh, by the way, I haven't had a crime stat in this patch. Reason being, you see, I'm logistics, so obviously I'm traveling cargo. You can't have one. And most of our logistics officers are all the same now. See, that is fast. They cut that down by at least half. It's too fast. I do understand they can't really put railings around. Yes, they can. Of course they can. There was a ship that had railings around, and which one was it? The hammerhead. Oh no, I'm not going to log up, am I? No, I'm not. Oh hi Yosi, you're back.
I had a meeting, thank you.
I think I'm going to grab something to eat now actually. I'm going to be gone in about half an hour.
Okay.
I was going to log off in the bed, but I know it's going to glitch.
Go for it.
That means I got to start again and then spend an hour reloading the ship, or spend 2,000 credit and wait 10 minutes and all that lot. Or I can just come back. The ship's in motion. No, tell you the truth, I don't want no, there's a way around this. There is a way around this. She's got to go into space.
Try one of the other beds for a change. Where you go to the medical centre when you...
I've done all of them.
Oh.
Activate systems. Engines on.
Engines inactive.
Oh! The ship's been on all the time. Oh, one more thing. Look at the fuel gauge. Did you notice how it regenerated? Okay, so when you're doing explorations, as you know, that is how to do without spending. You only buy fuel when you need, because it is expensive. Activate engines. That's engines on.
Engines active.
That's the reason why I couldn't get the rover on here. Engines on.
Engines inactive.
Engines on.
Engines active.
The reason why it's not working is because the VTOLs are off.
You couldn't get Rover on?
No, I think it's because I thought I'm not. 1 second. VTOLs.
Launch complete.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Whoa, that gave me a fright.
Oh,
Landing gear.
Landing gear raised.
So, what's the frequency of interdictions? It's still the same.
Oh, I've been I've been at Walla. I've not moved anywhere.
Oh,
I don't have a problem with the interdictions because at the end of the day, the interdictions that they're using isn't really all what's the word all law enforcement or pirates. It's asteroids. Asteroids are obstacles, but sooner or
yeah,
later. Sorry, go on, carry on.
yeah. It's just a problem. What the community seems to be saying is it's the
Yeah.
amount of them that the
Well, but what they can do is, as they get better in what they call it, they can plot a course so they can't go directly to that. Basically, if they're going somewhere, they have to plot a course where it curves around it or whatnot. You know what I mean? If they've flown it once before, it's jotted in the computer so they know to avoid that the next time they go through it. You know what I mean? So basically, if I want to go straight to Hurston, it's a straight line. Yes, I've not been there before. Yes, there's going to be asteroids there. The computers should stop it. But the next time I take that course, it should be in the computer's data bank, not to take that course to find a certain curvature around it. You know what I mean? So it's every
Right,
time you
yeah.
fly it, you know what I mean? Now this is my problem now. The ship's moving. I should be able to get out the seat and not glitch. But if I'm still for more than 10 minutes, it should kick me out. But I can't stay in the seats because of the interdiction. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because if I get involved in law enforcement, that's it. So I'm going to find a seat where I can sit down. I'm going to my ready room. No, I'm not. I've got to remember to keep this bridge door closed. It's getting rusty again. Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Well, no, it won't be attacked, but... Right, where have I come into? Ah, yeah, that's it.
I wonder how many railgun shots it takes to open up that door.
You won't be able to. I would use the multi-tool, the cutting multi-tool. Laser beams. High heat intensity. I know the railgun can do it, it can blow up ships, but if you're too close, you can have shrapnel coming back at you.
Pew!
That means rail guns. What's the other one? Rail guns. Grenades. Those can cause fracture. You know that word.
Ricochet?
Yeah, that word too.
Used to be a good drinker buddy of mine here in Dublin. Ricochet.
Well, I've not really got any casual. Yeah, those are casual clothes, but it's not the type of clothes I wear on this ship. Because I've been working so hard on this game, I forgot to buy me outfit.
And it's not like you can't afford it.
Well, I've been scrounging the money off you guys. You know what I mean?
You got 4 million, haven't you?
No, I lost 1 point.
Lost some of it.
Yeah, through the keyboard bug. not with crashing, you know what I mean? Basically,
Yeah.
I pressed F4 and somehow it turned it into Alt F4. But there was nobody on the server that particular day for me to get back onto that ship. No, it wouldn't have, would it? Let me think. I'm not too sure actually. No, it should have got me. Where was that? Alt F4, yeah, I knew. But I don't know, because actually when I came out, no, there's got so many different changes at the moment. But like I said, at the moment, we don't know what they're going to do when they do the server wipe. The server wiping needs to be done because of some dirty things in the background from the old patches.
There's a dirty thing walking around on my screen in his underwear at the moment.
I'm not in my underwear, I'm in my swimsuit. Swimming trunk.
Oh dear.
I can't actually get the other guys back into the server because when the new patch came out, you know, when the new patch comes, you've got to put your passwords in there automatically. And Cummins hasn't been on for a couple of because she's away on holiday at the moment with family, you know what I mean?
Oh.
And I didn't know that she wasn't coming on today because she never said. Lack of communications. Now that's what they're now. I've not had that elastic band effect for ages. And that is because my ship is moving. That's what's causing that. Oh, I take that back. Now that is something I've not had in a long time. And I know there's nothing wrong with the PC because everything's low.
Oh, I'm just getting that now on the screen. Oh. What code was that?
Code 30,000.
Hmm.
And if I was to have look at Mrs. PC on there, no. I don't know. It depends. There's so many little things. You know what I mean? I've not really got nothing running really to cause that.
It's bizarre.
But anyway, that killed streaming for a bit. Shalika!